There is a moment when the soul knows, and there is no turning back. Have you felt that strange vibration in your chest? That impulse that pushes you to give up something even if you don't understand why? What I'm going to reveal to you is a hidden code, a message that, as Dolores Cannon would say, activates memories that you thought you had forgotten. It is a key that opens a 72-hour portal, a threshold that not everyone dares to cross. Taurus. When you listen to what the cards have shown me, you will understand that your life is about to be transformed forever. Taurus. Have you ever felt the ground shift beneath your feet without warning? Not an earthquake of stone and soil, but one that shakes the very foundations of your life, your plans, your relationships, the identity you've worn for years. You wake up sensing that something is ending, yet you can't fully see what is beginning. Before we step deeper into this journey, I invite you to pause for a moment. If these words are already resonating with your soul, subscribe now and write in the comments, "I cross the threshold with courage." Your voice will not only anchor this energy, it will signal to the universe that you are ready to enter the portal before it closes. That's where you stand now. The cards whisper of a crossing, a departure. Not just a trip in the physical world, though for some that may indeed come, but a movement of the soul. The Eight of Cups emerges first, its figure walking away beneath a moonlit sky, leaving behind what was once cherished. This is the quiet bravery of knowing that even the sweetest cup can turn empty when it has given all it can. You, Taurus, have a heart rooted in loyalty. You stay, you tend, you persevere. And yet, the universe is asking you to do the very thing that contradicts your nature. To leave, not because you have failed, but because you have grown beyond the walls that once sheltered you. Beside it, the Two of Swords speaks of the inner stalemate, the part of you that clings to the comfort of the known, and the part that aches for the untamed horizon. You've been holding this decision close to your chest, weighing every risk, every unknown, until the scales feel frozen. But here is the truth. Indecision is a decision, and the longer you delay, the more your energy leaks away into the space between yes and no. Then comes the Tower. Sudden change, sacred dismantling. What appears unshakable in your life may be one lightning strike away from collapsing, not as punishment but as liberation. The structures that fall now are those that cannot hold the weight of your next chapter, and here is where the urgency arrives. This month's sky brings a rare alignment, a spiritual portal that will remain open for only 72 hours. In that window, any step toward your truth, however small, will be magnified. Doors you thought were locked will respond to a single push. But wait too long, and the chance closes like a tide, withdrawing into the depths. Taurus, your soul is calling you to walk toward the unknown with the steady courage of the bull, not for the sake of escape, but for the sake of becoming. Write in the comments, with your whole heart, "I cross the threshold with courage and trust." Let it be your seal. As you speak it, feel the universe rearranging paths in your favor. The moment you declare it, the portal hears you. After the lightning of the tower, there is always silence, but this is not the silence of emptiness. It is the silence of the sea before dawn, holding its breath. And here, Taurus, the Six of Swords, appears like a vessel waiting for you at the water's edge. The image is clear, figures crossing from restless waves to calm horizons. The air is heavy with farewell, yet there is an almost imperceptible promise shimmering in the distance. This is the passage you are stepping into, the emotional migration from what drained you toward the shores that will nourish you. It will not feel instant. The first miles may sting like salt on an open wound. You will question if leaving was the right choice. That is natural. You are not walking away from love or effort or memories. You are walking away from weight, the kind that has bent your back without you realizing how heavy it had become. The Ten of Wands confirms it. 10 staffs stacked so high in the arms of the figure that their face disappears behind them. This is the image of your recent years. taking on responsibility after responsibility, convinced that if you carried it all, everyone around you would be safe. But Taurus, safety built on your exhaustion is not safety at all. It's a slow erasure of self. You may have thought that enduring more was a virtue. In truth, knowing when to lay a burden down is an act of sacred strength, and that moment has come. In the days ahead, life will test you with opportunities to continue carrying what isn't yours. A family member, a colleague, an old friend may ask, subtly or directly, for you to step back into the role you are trying to release. The portal of these 72 hours is not only about new beginnings, it is about refusing the old contracts that kept you bound. The cards speak of a shift in your values. For years, you have defined your worth through tangible success, a stable income, a home built with care, achievements others could see. But the Emperor reverse tells another truth. Structure without soul is a cage. Rules and traditions that once served you may now feel like chains. This is your invitation to loosen your grip, to let life surprise you, to remember that authority can be self-made rather than inherited. And then, like a soft light breaking through morning mist, the Queen of Pentacles steps into your reading. She is you, Taurus. Not in your current strain, but in your restored state, grounded, abundant, generous, and wise. She reminds you that your gifts are not tied to one place, one role, or one circumstance. Your ability to create comfort and beauty travels with you no matter where you go. This is the vision the portal offers. Not a loss, but a return to your own fertile ground. When the Queen of Pentacles fades into the quiet, the scene changes. You are no longer standing among fields or structures. You are alone, lantern in hand, on a narrow path carved by time itself. This is the Hermits Domain. Taurus, your life has been loud in recent years, full of voices, demands, and expectations. But the Hermit appears to guide you into stillness, for without stillness there is no clarity. Here, the only voice you will hear is your own, and perhaps that of the divine, whispering through it. This is not isolation born of despair. It is retreat with purpose. It is the willingness to pause before you step into the next life you are meant to live. In this sacred quiet, you will hear truths you have avoided, not because they are cruel, but because they are exact. And then, the air shifts. The Hermit's lantern flickers, and from the shadows emerges the card most often feared, death. But Taurus, in tarot, death is not an end without meaning. It is the release that makes space for the beginning you could not imagine while carrying the weight of the old. Death's scythe is gentle yet absolute. It cuts away what is already lifeless, the relationship that cannot grow, the job that dulls your spirit, the identity you have outgrown. In these 72 hours, some endings will feel sudden. Others will feel like the closing of a chapter you have been writing for years. And then, from this very soil where endings lay, the Fool steps forward, barefoot, eyes lifted to the sky, standing on the edge of the unknown. The Fool carries no map, no burden, only trust. This is the innocence you are being asked to reclaim, not ignorance, but the freedom to believe that life can surprise you with joy. Taurus, if your heart is stirring as you hear this, it's because the transformation has already begun. Subscribe now so you can walk with me through the rest of this passage and share in the comments, "I choose my destiny." Let's declare it together while the portal is still open. The Fool's presence in your reading is a promise. Once you step through the portal, you will feel a weight lift so completely that you may wonder how you ever walked with it. You will laugh more easily. You will say yes to things that once terrified you, because they no longer hold the power of the unknown. They hold the thrill of discovery. Yet this freedom demands a leap. The portal does not open for those who wish to remain half in and half out. It opens for those willing to say, "I am ready to step forward, even if I cannot see the entire path." After the leap of the Fool, there is a moment when the air itself feels different. The ground is unfamiliar, yet every step feels lighter. This is when the star appears in your reading, one of the most luminous blessings in the tarot. The star is the deep breath after the storm, the quiet moment when the sky clears and you can finally see the constellations above you. For Taurus, this is more than hope, it is restoration. The star tells you that the turbulence of the past months will give way to a profound inner peace, the kind that cannot be taken by circumstance. She pours water onto the earth and into a stream, symbolizing the healing of both your outer life and your inner spirit. This is the time to nourish yourself, not as a luxury, but as a necessity. Eat what makes you strong. Surround yourself with people who reflect your light, not drain it. Speak words to yourself that you would speak to someone you love without question. The star also carries the vibration of authenticity. It asks you to live without masks, without bending yourself to fit the molds that others expect. The more you align with your truest self, the more the universe will respond with synchronicities, numbers repeating, encounters that feel fated, opportunities that seem to arrive from nowhere. And then, as the light of the star settles over you, the Page of Pentacles enters with the grounded promise of new beginnings. This is the card of fresh opportunities, new skills, and the first seeds of the future you are about to grow. The page studies a single coin in his hands, not rushing, not scattering his energy. This is your sign, Taurus, to approach the new with care and attention. You are not in a race. Every step you take now plants something that can grow into abundance, financially, emotionally, spiritually. Do not underestimate the small beginnings that will appear in these 72 hours. A conversation, a chance meeting, an idea scribbled in the quiet of the night. These may be the roots of something far greater than you can see now. The cards suggest that the life forming ahead of you will not only bring stability, but a deeper sense of meaning. You will no longer measure success solely by material gain, but by the harmony between your outer achievements and your inner peace. The reading now stands complete, like a circle drawn in light. Every card has been a stepping stone, from the departure of the Eight of Cups to the gentle promise of the Star. And now, Taurus, the deck offers no more cards, only the silence of integration. This is the moment in which choice becomes destiny. The portal that has been opening for you, this rare alignment of energies, will remain ajar only until the close of the third day from when you first hear these words. Time in the spiritual sense is fluid, yet in this case, it is exact. You have until this cycle completes to act, to declare, to release. The message is clear. You are not meant to carry the weight of your old story into the soil of your new beginning. Any ties, habits, or fears left unresolved will only dull the brilliance of the opportunities ahead. In these final hours of the portal, focus not on what you are losing, but on what you are making space to receive. You are stepping into a timeline where your value is not determined by how much you endure, but by how fully you live in alignment with your truth. Remember the Tower's lesson, that what falls away does so because it cannot support the architecture of your future. Remember the Fool's Leap, that the unknown is not your enemy, but your invitation. And remember the Star's light, that healing is not a distant promise, but the reality you are already entering. Taurus, the coming weeks will hold signs that your decision was divinely timed, a conversation that confirms what your heart already knew. A door opening in a place you thought was closed to you. A feeling of relief so sudden it takes your breath away. These are your confirmations. Trust them. Act on them. The portal is not a magic trick. It is a mirror. It will magnify whatever you choose to place within it. If you place fear, you will see fear multiplied. If you place faith, you will see faith become form. The choice is yours and the universe is waiting. And so, this reading closes not with prediction, but with a sealing. Write in the comments, speak aloud, or whisper to yourself under the night sky. I release the old and step fully into the life my soul has chosen. Feel the words leave your lips like an arrow, straight into the heart of the unseen. Trust that they have been heard. Trust that the path is already forming under your feet. Because it is, Taurus, it always has been. The portal will not stay open forever, Taurus. If you are ready to step fully into the life your soul has chosen, subscribe now and write in the comments, "I release the old, I welcome the new." This is your sacred signature. The universe is listening and it will respond.